All right, let's mill out some more players here. Oh, this hand is so sweet if I had another land, but we have to mulligan. Man, this one's better. This one's actually pretty decent. Keep. Do we want to Manic Scribe him? Yeah, I guess. It's fine. Crab and Describe. Hopefully, sort of, maybe we'll be able to turbo mill them out. To get the vision, well, at least turbo mill to 20, get the vision and be ongoing. What is our opponent playing? Delver? Something. I wonder if it's worth it to just surgical the Serum Vision and see what we mill on our turn first. Actually get to mill him for 6 cards here, so yeah, I mean, Serum Vision, turns out it's crying. It's not so good when you're getting milled. Spell Pierces, okay. Manic Scribe him. Snapcaster's Cryptics. Do I care to surgical any of that? In Angels? So we see, so he's just like a Geist of St. Traff deck? I feel like Cryptic, I'd rather get like Remand or something he's actually gonna be able to cast soon. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna send a message though. He needs to know what's up. Fancy Cryptic. Alright. We've now shown our opponent what the deal is. It would just sideboard into Door and we'd have 5 damage on the field. Alright, let's see what he follows up with here. Okay. We've been bolted. I accept. So, I still don't think, if anything, I'm going to surgical the snap, but I'll do it on his. I wonder if it's worth Visions of Beyonding. I'm not going to. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm just supposed to cycle it. But either way, we're not really doing much. We'd have to, there's nothing we do with it now, so there's no reason not to wait till the end of his turn. I do think I will surgical, especially the way this is working out, we can actually pay mana for it. So we're going to surgical the Snapcaster because, you know, Snap Bolt, it's his cheapest attacker, etc. I'm just going to get the Snapcasters out of here. And also we get the information on his hand. Hey, nice, we got one. Another Kiki deck, huh? Maybe we should have got the Angels. So he's got a Spell Pierce, so I'll go ahead and just... Okay, so maybe he'll Path us. That wouldn't be so bad. He's got another Cryptic, but he doesn't have a second land. So this seems pretty fine for us. The wall doesn't matter. His path doesn't... I mean, if he paths us, great. He's got the Spell Pierce Cryptic. So I guess what we care about is Spell Pierce and Cryptic. I'm pretty glad I got the Snapcasters in. One, because obviously we got a card out of his hand, and that's sweet, but I don't want to get Snapcaster Spell Pierce or something weird. I could have run the Visions of Beyond out there, but I'm not going to because I want him to Spell Pierce it if he chooses to. So you can play the wall instead. Sure. Yeah, I understand he doesn't need to deal with this right now. Makes sense. I will run out the Vision and hopefully... I mean, I say hopefully he Spell Pierces, and maybe that's not entirely true since he's not just going to Path our guy. This card not being great right now, but... Okay, he doesn't even care, so there's our land, but he will Spell Pierce our Funeral. So we just have instant, we have 2 types right now. I wonder if we're supposed to play the Mind Funeral and get it Spell Pierce. We're up to 4 lands. I'm just going to wait. Yeah, I'll just wait. We're not under a lot of pressure. I say we're obviously under no pressure. The pressure comes in the fact we know he's a Kiki-Jiki in hand and has drawn a few cards now. Oh, is he going to path us? Path his own guy. Sure. Fair enough. I actually thought he was going to keep that around so that he could Kiki it and draw some more cards to try to find answers. But if he just has stuff here, we could be in trouble. The scribe is being pretty dead. I mean, we can go up to 3. You know, maybe there's the argument. It's possible I was supposed to play the fetch and Mind Funeral. That puts us up to 4 types. It gets the Mind Funeral counter, but then we get to go off with this. But then just forces into path, and then we don't have any payoff anyways. Gross. I mean, what did he do with the Serum Visions? Top, I guess. I mean, he just spell pierces the Funeral. I don't think I mean, he spell pierces the Funeral and still gets to draw him. Well, then he gets to path our guy, so we're forcing him to path, but then we don't have anything to do with it. I'd rather just do nothing, play a land next turn, and try to resolve the Mind Funeral. Yeah, this card's being very bad right now. I don't know what it would be, you know, in a different situation, but it's being pretty bad right now. I guess I won't fetch in case we draw the crab, which we did. All right. Possibly rewarded. This could be pretty good. He's got Cryptic, but he just lets it go, huh? Okay. We know he has Path. The question is, do we actually mill ourselves here? He still has one we know about on top, so we'll hit him with this first one at least. Okay. If he does Cryptic something, then he can't pierce, right? Because he only has 3 blue. Yeah, okay. I'm avoiding... I'm keeping in mind that we can hit ourselves, but I'm, not doing it yet. Let's see if he goes for something here. The question is, do we hit ourselves with this one to try to hit, I guess, a sorcery or an artifact? Sure. It would force him to pull the trigger on the path. That probably doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit him. We can play around Spell Pierce next turn, not the Cryptic. We know he has the path anyway, so I guess it keeps one of these, but we don't have any lands anyways, so he's just going to... He'd path the Scribe, I guess, leave us a Crab. I guess we'd get it off the... Alright, we'll hit ourselves. See if we get lucky. Ish. Don't actually know. Alright, we did it. Alright, so we're up to 4 types. So that makes him care about the Scribe, and if he does choose to path the Scribe, we get the trigger off of the Hedron Crab. What we don't want to do is cast Mind Funeral and give him the ability to Cryptic and bounce or something. Yeah, let's see. There's the path. Here's the Crypt. It's just the resto and we're dead. Yep. I understand. I guess the hope is I guess the hope is that he only makes enough to kill us by a little and we get a Crypt Incursion our way out of it? Sure. I guess that's an out. It doesn't really feel good because it's the sort of thing that only works on Magic Online and not in paper, but guess it doesn't mean we shouldn't play to our out since we are in fact playing on Magic Online. Apparently Kiki restos everywhere today. Guess it is in fact the new hotness. And we're going to gain a bunch of life, right? How many does he have? 1, 2. Why is there a Snapcaster in here at all? I thought I got rid of them all. Maybe I misclicked somewhere. But anyways, 1, 2. 2, I guess. So, only if he's incredibly greedy. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24. Oh, he played around the Crypt Incursion. So that means we don't even show him the Crypt Incursion, right? What is this? Are we not coming in? Oh, this is the original. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, friend. Go up to 24, take 21. Try to get incredibly lucky, sure. That feels pretty bad. I don't know what we want to draw here. I guess fetch land hits 6, mesmeric orb hits just something good. That was about the worst. Yeah, I understand, buddy. All right, we need to get lucky. This was like one of the worst draws in the deck. How many we'd get? That doesn't look like enough. All right, all we can do is hit him with the scribe. Down to 9. That's you don't deserve to win that game, anyways. What are we doing? I don't want to do that. I want to concede. All right, good game, man. We needed to keep very lucky on that Mind Funeral or draw something else. Glimpse the Unthinkable would have won it. A lot of options there, but nonetheless, that was Kiki Resto, but I did not see an Emrakul. I wonder if it was in his hand or Leyline's actually pretty good there. The bridges are pretty good as well if we can get down pretty low. This is a lot of graveyard hate. This Crypt Incursion is not as good if we're going to be playing the ley lines. I'm actually fine to get rid of it. He's certainly not going to fall for that trick again. I'll get rid of a bridge. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of, I certainly would not feel good winning that way on Magic Online. So I'm glad, in a sense, that I mean, play to your outs, but in a sense, I'm glad that that did not work. All right, well, his hand is, again, almost sweet. We have the ley line, which is pretty good against him. Have a lot of milling pieces, but do not have a land. If this was a colored source, maybe then, but no. There's a lot of lands too. I mean, the good news is that the trap puts him pretty. I don't know. We're supposed to keep this. We can even force him to. It's sort of, I guess, we're counting this as a card, as a spell rather than a land, because we have ways to get him pretty close to 20, and we get a scry. Yeah, why not? I mean, this is. I don't know. This isn't a good hand. Our deck is essentially a combo deck. Can we even win on 5 cards? Am I overvaluing the scry? This is just, I mean, this is the best, generally the best mill spell in the deck. And this, plus this, I mean, he's going to be at like 15. We just have to draw basically 1. I'm going to mulligan, though. I'm going to mulligan. All right, this is, in fact, actually very good. Glad we mulliganed. I do have opening hand actions. Great. All right, it took me a minute to come to the right decision there. I, certainly considered being greedy, but in the end, made the right call, I think. This hand does seem pretty good, to be honest. Serum Visions? Definitely not a Spell Pierce, that's what you're telling me. It's actually a mistake here. I actually screwed this up. I should have, yeah. Should have played the Delta. And that was actually honestly pretty bad. I was thinking, it doesn't matter. because we're not cracking the fetch. We've been bolted. I guess we miss out on 3 cards being milled. That's one of those things that a lot of times that is true. Did not fully consider it here. Little inexperience with the deck showing through there. Alright, well, I think that the Glimpse will do more work than the Mesmeric Orb this game, so we'll run this one into the first counter spell. It is, in fact, the Spell Pierce. I will decline to pay 2. This Leyline helps. It makes his Snapcasters a lot worse. It means if he does have Nahiri and Merkul hidden in somewhere in there, then it does less. I guess there's no reason not to just go with the Mind Funeral. It's the most mana efficient. Which probably doesn't matter, but just running everything into a wall of counter spells feels bad, but in this game I don't think we have much other choice. Yeah. I guess Remain could be worse. Well, the good news is we have 2 good cards in hand. The bad news is we have only 2 cards in hand. Our opponent is, I think, safe to say. I'm going to go with the Glimpse so we can play around a Spell Pierce here. Safe to say our opponent's going to Cryptic us, though. He's going to Cryptic bounce our Leyline, most likely. Rough. That's very rough. Shocker. Oh, he just wanted to draw, though. Just doesn't care about the Leyline. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. Jeez, just killing himself. Knows it doesn't matter, I guess. Tell me this is a Kiki. Tell me it's just a blind Kiki. Oh my gosh. Alright, get in there for 2, I guess. Get on in there, man. You gotta kill me. Yeah, the old Kiki-Jiki attack. Alright, well, I guess we... Is there any reason to fetch? No, let's see. Create another land. Might just hold this one. Yeah, that's Mind Funeral him. Alright, he had 6. Oh, gosh. She can't catch a break on these. Maybe just, 7 to 10 is the average. However, bottom line is he has 35 cards in deck and a Kiki-Jiki, so that's pretty bad for us. With the Serum Vision, he's probably going to be able to find his combo, though he does not immediately have it. How many restos are down here? 1. That's it, just 1. Okay. Alright, let's glimpse him. Down to 24. Another Cryptic. Remand. Just doesn't care and he's going to eat it. Yep, fair enough. Do we maybe hit all his restos? Actually, we're at 3 of them. Okay. Wonder if we're just going to die to a Kiki beatdown plus a bolt or something. 7 turns and we're dead to Kiki. He's got counter spells though. I mean, I imagine that was actually him holding Remand or something. Figuring out whether it was worth remanding and he decided it wasn't because we could recast it. Good draw, good draw. Yeah, straight Kiki. Jeskai Kiki. Come on in there. I guess we'll get the one trigger every turn. How hard are we getting countered remanded? That's actually good for us, right? Remand's doing work for us. And it taps more things if we do resolve him as Mesmeric Orb. Okay, confirmed have not resolved a Mesmeric Orb. I mean, I'm going to fetch down to 8. It takes away... Oh my god, we're going to have to shock ourselves too. That's the worst part. Or no, this one just can't get an island. But do we have an island? Confirmed, no islands. Feels bad. And we don't actually have any other choice, so... Not winning by not playing the Mesmeric Orb. And 5 triggers, you can have 14 left. So, I mean, if we're not just dead, do we happen to hit the 1, 2, 3? Oh, we actually have all Resto Angels, but he could just have an Exarch as it turns out. Because there's 1. What is this, an Exarch? It's a... Oh, we done died. We have died. We have died very hard. I guess the good news is it goes away immediately. So we have to rip something here. We're just dead on board. Bridge would be a nice one to draw. That doesn't kill him. So I assume he'll do the math, realizes this only mills 10. He doesn't die. Waiting for him to pay cost, so he just went for it, huh? I mean, if he has bolt, it doesn't matter, but he just gave us an out otherwise. Because this gets exiled, does not persist back. There goes a bolt. So we have 2 lightning bolts, 3 lightning bolts in the exile, so we hope that the last one's in his deck. Serum Vision? So if the last lightning bolt is in his deck, and we rip something, we can kill him. That's what it comes down to here. I can't imagine why he'd want to fetch, though. He just turned Manic Scribe into an out for us by fetching. I'm probably just getting bolted here, though. We're not getting... Oh my... Alright, well. Big rips, here we go. Come on, Magic Online. Yeah, mill that land. We don't need it. We don't need it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. We definitely qualify. Don't... Oh, no. Oh, what a jerk. It's so close. And down to 5, and we're dead. 4, and we're dead. We died to Kiki-Jiki beatdowns. Man, we had to shock ourselves when we got another turn. Rough. What a odd game. Truly a odd game right there. What were we going to draw off that vision? The scribe. The actual punishment for his fetch, too. All gas.